Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here today to share a journal that I had finished. I think actually I finished it last week or so. And I just haven't had the chance to come on to make the video for it. So this journal, like overall, it was just different from the jump because number one, I used a paper bag to create the cover. And not the typical, I folded a bag in half and that's the cover. Actually, let me just take off the tie so I can show you. So I don't know if it will show on camera, but you might be able to see. See, it's the paper bag under. What it is one of those big brown grocery bags, and I just basically cut it up and then I cut it down to the size I wanted, and this is what I'm using for the cover. So it's a paper bag cover, and then let me see if I can open it for you. Then I just put a piece of coffee dyed paper over it, and I sew it all around it. And then the back is completely blank. So you could even, if you wanted to, put a picture here or, use it for extra journaling space. But I left it blank. I didn't want to decorate it. And then on the front, I did some different layering. I have vintage music paper, coffee dyed paper. There's some muslin right here. I don't know if it will show on camera. And then this image, and I don't remember where I got that image from. I think it might have been gifted to me by Evelyn, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, so let's go inside. So in the front and in the back, I left it plain behind here so you can really see what the journal was made out of. I just gotta make sure I'm in frame. Okay, as long as I stay there, I think I'm good. So you can see the paper bag. And then there's a little pocket that I made right here. And in the pocket, this is one of the first journals I have that had, oh, is it the first journal? I don't know. Oh no, it's not the first journal I have, but this is the letter to the bookmaker. A letter from the bookmaker, not to the bookmaker, from the bookmaker. Then I have an altered guest check, still can write on the back. There's lines right there, and a little journaling card that I made. So those all tuck back inside. And this journal actually is completely different than, sorry, I had to move something real quick. Completely different from any journal that I've made in the past, because every single page is decorated. There are no blank pages. So it's either decorated like this first page. I did a little collaging here. I have some fabric ruffles here. Here's an applique that I used to make the corner, and then a little bow tied. I think it's, I'm pretty sure sari silk. So every page is decorated. So it's either decorated or it has pockets or tuck spots or whatever. Second page, I have a little fabric flip there. I have some lace on the top. Little, I don't know what you would call this, little kind of like swatch of burlap fabric, vintage buttons, and then some vintage fabric underneath. Then this side, another ruffle down here. Then we have a flip down, and then in this we have a big journaling card, and that was gifted to me also. And then a little notes of things to do. So that can stay in here, or you can actually use it, for your little lists and stuff. And then here, this page isn't so decorated, but it is still has a decoration on it. This page, I have a little vintage applique at the bottom here, little butterfly, some, it's like a crochet doily, and then some pages for writing. And then you can even write underneath here as well. Next page, we have a little tag that turns into like a little writing pad. It gets tucked behind there. This is a little altered envelope that I made. Well, I didn't make the envelope, I just altered it with some music paper and then some lace. And then inside we have some playing cards. And then a little ruffle down there. So decoration again. And this one here, this is a like a lace pocket, like a really wide lace pocket. And in the pocket, we just have some more journaling space. Because I did want to decorate every page, I wanted to make sure that there was, you know, lots of places to journal. And then up here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me just hold it up. We have a little friendship pin. And then we have a little decoration up there. We have a doily. This is just like a random piece of a doily that I sewed onto this paper, and then I added the little friendship pin up there. And another tuck. So this is actually a real piece of vintage ephemera. It's the Bank of Mead, and November 30th, 1929, and it's paid to something studios for $12, and it's pictures, so some sort of pictures. But as you can see, it has all the different endorsements on the back, the stamps, just really, really neat. So that goes in there. And then here's just a butterfly, and you can put it anywhere you want in the journal. And then another very large journaling card. And on the back of that, little pocket down here, and we have a little vintage, oops, there's a glare, playing card. And this is another real vintage piece, and it is some kind of coupon. I think it's for cigarettes, maybe. I'm not sure. But you have to use it before January 1st, 1970. So that is that. And this, I just did a collage. And why? Because there's writing underneath. So it's like, this is a vintage book page, but I wanted to make sure there's plenty of writing space. So, you know, you can actually journal on this rather than having a whole page that you can't really journal on. But on the back, I just did the little flower here. And here, this is kind of a neat page. So I have the lace that runs all the way around. It doesn't really show up on camera. And then I have these two little flowery type things. It flips up there. And in the pocket, I have this little, it's like you can journal here, and then there's a little pocket here. So that gets tucked in here. And there's just a little vintage card. And here's another decoration. And this actually, oh, I don't know if you can see that because I'm way down. This little piece here, when I was cutting something down, it was like a little cut off, and I almost threw it in the trash, but I was like, well, it kind of looks like a corner tuck. So I ended up keeping it, and then I finally used it in this journal. So I thought that was kind of fun. I finally found a home because it's been floating around on my desk for I don't know how many weeks now, but it's been here for a while. On the bottom, there's a little ruffle, and then over that, I have a Tim Holtz ephemera piece. Another little lace pocket, and this is a vintage playing card, and this is actually a vintage picture, and I believe it might be like one of those souvenir packs because it says Porth Island and the Cliffs, Newquay. I'm not sure where that is. I don't know if there's a glare, but maybe you could see it. Huh. But that is neat, so I put it in there. Here's another decoration there. And here's one of those 3-pocket places to tuck stuff. This is a nice, it looks vintage, though it's not written on. It doesn't have any writing, but it's from Vermont, or it's a picture of Vermont. So that gets tucked back there. Then in the front pocket, here is one of the tags that I made. And then you can journal on the back. So plenty of writing room. And then in this one, another journaling card where you can write on the back. And that was a decoupage napkin that I used to make that tag. And then this little part flips up so you can journal underneath here. And this page is very simply decorated. As you can see, there is a pink ribbon that runs all the way around, and then on the two corners it has the little vintage flower appliques. And here, this is kind of neat. So in the back there's a little tuck, and in this tuck there is another vintage postcard, and this is for Eastern Tennessee. So that is tucked back here, and then we have this pocket here with some little tag there, some playing cards, but then this flips up, and then there's all the writing space here, and then another little pocket down there. Little decoration up there, and still plenty of room to write here. This here is kind of like a fabric flip, but it's a scrapbook paper flip, but that just flips up and you can write all underneath there. And then it flips down, got a little lace on the bottom there. And this one also, I tore the page and then I inked the edge there. And we have a little vellum decoration there. And this here, plenty of room to journal again. Did a little collaging on the front. And then we have another altered guest check. And this is just a little cutoff, but I like the way it looks. I mean, this isn't vintage or anything. This is scrapbooking paper. But I like that it looks sort of vintage, but then you can also journal on the back of that. Another place to write, decorated a little bit. Here is that little embellishment, and then in this envelope pocket, a journaling card, and this is a B&W coupon. So that's pretty neat there. And just some more decorations here. And in this pocket, this is a big pocket because it takes up the whole page here. We have another to-do or things to do list. Little mushroom there. And then a journaling card, journal on the back. And here's a fun. This is kind of like a random collage, not really collage, but just like a random page. So I used this to make the pocket. In the pocket, this is and actually I think a vintage photo and a playing card. But then down here, you can journal on here. But instead of leaving this space blank, I just stuck this here because I thought, you know, it's kind of cool, and it also matches this. And this is all vintage, so it's really nice. And then I just added some flowers there. This flips out, so you can journal on here. Just did a little decoration there, and then you can journal on the back here. And that's on some vintage music paper. Little decoration down here, and these are one of those Terry Woods pockets that opens to a complete page. And then in this pocket we have a little writing. There's several sheets in here for writing. And then in the pocket, or in this little tuck spot here, another little place. So see, like, I'm trying to put lots of places to journal. So that way, even though that it's completely decorated, you still have so much room to do some journaling in. So there's, I mean, plenty of space. But even like here, you could really write here, you could write here, you could write here. So even on the pages with all the decorations, there's still plenty of room to journal. Here I just did up a little spread here where you can journal, whatever, put pictures. Same with this. Little ruffle. Oops. Here's a little doily, and then I have another little friendship pin there. And this one flips up. And here's one of those tags that I made that has a little journaling card in it. Not journaling card, a little, it's like a faux envelope, but then it opens and you can have lots of space to journal there. And then you tuck right back in here. And of course, you know, you don't have to leave this stuff where it is. You know, just because something is in a pocket, you don't have to leave it in the pocket. You can, this is a floater. So really, if you want to put it anywhere in the journal, you can. You can put anything in this pocket that you want. You can make your own tuck spot if you want. And same goes with all the other ephemera that's in all the tuck spots and the different pockets. Just because it's there doesn't mean it has to stay there. So always keep that in mind, because I never want people to think just because I put it here, it has to stay here. No, no, no. And we have another little decoration, butterfly. This is a glassine bag, and I just did some layering over it with some vintage music paper, coffee dyed paper. This is a Tim Holtz ephemera piece, a little piece of crocheted lace. Then we have a little more like lacy trim on the bottom. And then inside, we have a nice big journaling space on the back. And then that gets tucked right back in there, maybe. There we go. And here we have a little, I don't know what even to call it, a little strip of vintage music paper. And here, oh, I was wondering what this was. This is actually a matchbook. So the cover comes up, and then there's all these pages. Hopefully I'm in frame. Let me just move it down a little bit. So you can journal on all these different pages, and I put a lot of them in here just because, you know, you want to have plenty of room. And then they all tuck down under, and then this tucks under too, so it all closes up. And then on the bottom here, I have half a doily. Oh, you know what? There is actually one page in here that's not decorated. This page isn't decorated. Huh. Well, okay. So every page but one page is not decorated. And then here's the back. I did a piece of a doily behind there, crochet doily, put the Tim Holtz clock over it. And then the bottom, we have a little pocket. This is another Tim Holtz ephemera piece. And then two playing cards there. And then the blank back. So that is it. So this journal, believe it or not, it was really difficult for me to put together because I wanted to do something different. And by different, like, I chose to try to decorate, you know, every single page. But I didn't realize in my thought process how difficult that actually was. Just to not to be repetitive. I didn't want to be repetitive. I mean, I could have if I wanted, and then I would know exactly what I would have on each page, but then that's not as fun. So each page I came to, well, actually first, no, I think first, I don't remember how I did it, but I'm pretty sure I did make up like all the tuck spots and pockets, like the pre-made ones. And then as I went through, I would decorate a page, and then I'd put, you know, a tuck spot on a page. Then I would turn it and I would decorate and decorate. So I actually did this journal page by page. So there wasn't any like real pre-planning, so to speak. I mean, I did pre-plan, you know, the different, you know, these pieces that I made because I had to pre-make them. So those are the only things that I pre-made. But as I was going through the journal and putting the different pockets on, all the decorated pages, I had to kind of figure out and sort of like design as I was going through it. So it was definitely a challenge. It was really, really, really harder than I thought. But I really love the way that the book turned out. And I do think that using the paper bag, the grocery bag, as the simple cover with some coffee dyed paper over it, I really liked that. So for the cover, I was really excited for, you know, how it came out. I wasn't sure, would it be strong enough? Would it feel sturdy enough? But It definitely is. So yes, so if you are interested, this journal is available for purchase. I will leave the link and all the information in the description box below. And I'm also currently working on another journal that I've been doing some videos on, so that one's almost done. So stay tuned for that video too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.